Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Solving Problems. Today I'm going to be going through some cards from older sets that I feel like have got more powerful. Not tier 1 powerful, but I feel like you could brew with it and it wouldn't be bad. So without further ado, let's get on with this. So the first one I'm going to mention is Burst of Speed. A card that kind of fits into a category with Magical Misfire and a bunch of other cards similar to it, where it just gets better the more they do a certain thing. So in Burst of Speed's case, it's hasty and immediate cards. And I guess face-off cards, but they don't do those anymore specifically. So the more hasty friends and the more immediate tricks you have, the better this card gets, because you just use it in a face-off and play them all. Scootaloo Practice makes perfect, feels quite powerful alongside the Scootaloo main, where if you know your opponent's going to be able to do a double face-off the turn after you've done something, you can just send it to a problem, and unless they get rid of it, they score no bonus points in the face-off and only get like 2 points that turn. I can't really complain about this. Obviously you'll need a bit of deck manipulation because if you flip it at suboptimal times, it could lose you a game. But I still think it's got a bit of potential. Next is Applejack, A Hard Day's Work. That old super rare from Equestrian Odysseys. They keep printing orange friends with stubborn that do exhaust for an ability. If they just generally have +2 power because you use the ability, I don't think there's anything to complain about. This card seems like a real fun brew around card, honestly. Thanks to Applejack, Captain of the Seven Seas, pretty much every card with persist kinda just got a bit better. If you're building mono orange and you keep cards with persist, I'm gonna put Granny Smith on the screen because she's my favourite, the super rare that doesn't ever die. You can use cards that unfrighten efficiently, and then bam! For 5 or 6, let's say 6 action tokens, because there's that one that unfrightens 2 friends for 1 action token, you got 5 power, or whatever else you kept, and those 2 friends, when your opponent just lost almost everything. I feel like there's a lot of synergy with Persist and the new Applejack. I'm looking forward to brewing with that too. Canterlot Archive Guard, an old Canterlot Knight's rare, is a 2-for-1 that during your main phase you may retire it to move everything at its problem away from it, and nothing can be played or moved there until the end of the turn. Now this, in those control decks that uses, say, the new Twilight, where you don't even need your main at the Troublemaker to do anything, seems pretty good to me. 2 action tokens to send everything home if your opponent overextends into it, pretty swish. Another one for the purple Troublemaker control decks is the Cheerily from Absolute Discord. You know, Break It Up I think it's called. Ending face-offs, when they're about to beat your Troublemaker, top notch. Chaotic Flip, cool. It's as if they just lost to the Troublemaker. Yeah, you don't get to send something home, but still, it just ends the face-off and the Troublemaker's still there. Seems pretty good to me. Big Shot, the old Premier rare that's entry if your main is white. Exhaust him when a Troublemaker is uncovered to score an additional point. I think this guy has a lot of potential in the new sort of Troublemaker control-y decks we're all going to start seeing. You're probably going to have to be building with the new rarity rather than any other because you want to play him early, but Troublemakers get beat and you need to play others. Still going to get uncovered. And even if you've got double copies of a Troublemaker, you can just play it again, uncover it, and then get an additional point. Considering how hype everyone is for Changing Throne, because it obviously helps get points as well as helping you win face-offs, I feel like this card isn't the worst card ever, considering it just kind of gets you extra points for 1 action token each, so to speak. I don't think this card's bad, I think it has a lot of potential once again. Dance Fever from High Magic is another card that as long as they keep doing something, he just gets better. With another 6 songs printed, this guy's just kinda got better, especially as the mono white one is very powerful and very easily playable. I think this guy's got a little bit of potential as entry. Real cute effect. Band of Breezes has very easily got better just because we don't have to use critters for yellow mains now, thanks to the new Fluttershy and Thorax. The fact that it always is going to just be at a problem if they don't, I don't know, use Frozen in Magicite on it or something to send it home, but it's only got 2 power. They're probably using it on something else. Giving you Eternal Power there, so, 5 confront problems if it's on track to move to yours. Just exhaust Fluttershy and confront it. I think it has a lot of potential and is pretty good as just entry in yellow aggro stuff. Then, another yellow card, Fluttershy Backup Vocals. With the influx of mains that require you to confront to flip, this card in a control shell seems pretty good. turn their main back over, and you can probably keep them from flipping it ever again. Pretty nasty in my eyes. So, a card I've been mentioning quite a lot on streams, the Starlight Glimmer from Equestrian Odysseys. This card, in combination with the new Twilight, the new Rarity, and pretty much any of the other control-y type mains, is absolutely incredible. Against Epics, they need to put a bunch of friends there. Just because their AJ has a million power counters, or their Rainbow has competitive, doesn't mean it's going to have a lot of power. Putting Thorax to 2 power is pretty satisfying too, right? This in combination with those mains seems pretty impressive to me. You being able to flip high numbers means that they have to invest a pretty large amount of friends to even think about beating this troublemaker, and then you'll have shenanigans and you'll just completely decimate them. It's really, really powerful card now that we've got mains that just like playing troublemaker control decks. I love it, especially with Napcakes. So there we go, that's my quick list of old cards that got better that you'd probably not think of. I know there's a lot of obvious cards that I probably left off this list, but as I said, it's supposed to be stuff that people wouldn't think of. Is there anything I missed? Tell me in the comments below or wherever you want to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, just a small announcement. I'll be doing this properly in an episode, I think, next week, but I'm going to be going to GalaCon. I will just be there. I'm not hosting any panels or anything, I'm nowhere near big enough for anything like that, but I will be there, and if you're a fan, keep an eye out for me. I'll have a con badge, and as I said, I'll be doing it officially probably next week, and I'll show you what the con badge I'll be wearing will look like so you can find me.